Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Famcast. I'm your host, Ludwik. Also today, joined by Liam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, today I am also joined by Barney.
Liam's the great one with intros, and I'm the one that everyone just turns off of when they hear.
And
It's cool, I get it.
I'm also joined by Harry.
My name Harry.
That was probably the best introduction we've ever done.
It's a lot better than the last fucking time.
Okay, let's get on with this. But
Yeah.
okay, the major subject that I wanted to start with is the fact that I went on holiday at the start of August and came back on the 1st of September. And this seems like quite a long time ago. It's 2 months ago almost.
Yeah, something
Now,
like that.
we would have done this earlier. We would have done this at least 2 weeks ago if Barney wasn't doing something every single weekend.
I have a life. What can I say?
Jesus
I
Christ.
have a
right.
life.
Stop having a life, you live on the internet.
Shall I become socially inept like you lot?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll become socially fucking inept then.
Well, the only things you do are with your family. You're not actually going to do anything fun.
Right, I'll retreat back into the autism cave then. It's
No.
cool.
If you
Barney,
actually did that,
I'll
kill you.
actually figure out where you... Actually, you never told me where you lived, did you, Barney?
No, I don't think so.
I'll ask Ludwig where you live, and I'll go to your house and slap you if you go to yours.
We'll, what's it called? We'll not DDoS. We'll
We'll hack him.
no.
Hacker
We'll
man.
You're something, me. I think that's what we're going for.
not DDoS. What's the other thing? What's the thing when you reveal someone's location? I'm sorry.
Breaking and entering.
Leak his information. We're gonna
Hack
the
Oh,
leak.
dox, that's it. I'm actually retarded. We'll dox you, Barney. We'll dox you live on the Famcast.
Oh, alright, I'll be quiet then.
I can't believe I forgot
I'll
the
do
word
whatever you
dox.
say, sir.
Yeah,
Ludwig,
it's taken
Ludwig,
us
you could have
forever.
just, you could have gone with my thing and said you're gonna the leak him.
Oh, I'm gonna leak your location, boy.
I live on 29 Jeff Street.
So because Barney, every single weekend he's, oh sorry, I'm going to record Poltergeist. Oh no, I'm going to my half brother's wedding.
Can we
Oh,
talk
sorry.
about Poltergeist at some point?
No.
If it's we could if it's not classified.
It's not really. Oh,
It's not a classified
Probably
project,
not.
is
Probably
it?
not.
Probably not. Well, hopefully we won't get sued. Okay.
I don't think we
Um,
should, to be fair.
Nah. you
Hopefully
won't, I
we don't
will,
get a
'cause-
cease and desist.
No, hopefully we won't get
David, kill me.
assassinated by the Hollywood company.
These are funny
David
jokes, guys. Can we
Yeah.
actually get on?
Wrists.
Hopefully
Yeah,
we
we
don't
should-
get PewDiePied.
Oh,
We should act-
savage.
Should we just get on with this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to tell my stories.
Oh.
So, long story short, I went on holiday, right? And quite a few adventures happened to me. I've had a few incidents, right? Right.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I've got them all written down, and some of these, I must admit, are actually really boring. But
Just say him anyway before I kill you.
yeah, I will. Just thinking of which one to tell first. So basically, I should probably go tell everyone where I went first. So, I go to see my family almost every year in August. So, of course, I travelled to Poland. Poland, a place.
Fucking hell. He went
Yeah.
to Poland,
Yes,
alright?
place.
That what you want to hear?
Well, firstly I went to Poland, then I went to France as well.
Ooh,
So
special.
the place Poland, it's a small place. There's like 2 people there in this Poland place, and there's quite a few stories. Like I've said already.
Of
This is
Russian
retarded.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
cool.
I'm only getting unwound. Don't worry about it. But okay, so this first story was when I was, because basically we were staying at my grandma's house, which was my childhood home, as we do every year. And I had this own room that I stayed in. Everyone else pretty much slept in one room, and then my brother was in this odd side room while I slept in my completely own room because I'm special like that, and I like my privacy.
He's privileged.
So I slept very well on the first night because I was tired from a 2-day long car journey, and the night after that I slept well as well. But then the morning after that, I woke up and I woke up unusually early in the morning. It was about 5 in the morning.
Jesus.
And I just smelt this horrible stench.
It was your grandma.
Did you shit yourself?
No, oh god, this story is going everywhere except we were expecting it to go. So I just wake up and there's just this smell, this unbearable smell, and I don't know what it is. I smell my bed sheets, and my bed sheets kind of smell of it. Well, it's like especially bad on the bed sheets. And because I was sleeping with my mouth open that night, I suddenly started to feel really sick. So I thought, Jesus Christ, if I don't brush my teeth now, I will actually throw up. What is going on? What is the smell?
Did you shit in your own mouth?
You're about to find out. God.
That's a very logical scenario, Barney.
So I left the room.
No, he shit himself and he like wriggled around in the bed until his face was in the
No,
shit.
wait. How do you like flip upside down when you're in bed?
Yeah, if you're like a rough sleeper.
No,
I don't
yeah,
know.
you move side. You don't just like turn your whole like body to the other direction of the bed.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that it wasn't the smell that woke me up. It was a fly that woke me up, and this will make sense later on. Basically,
Disgusting.
yeah, I woke up at 5 in the morning because a fly kept landing right next to my ear.
I'm gonna be
and just
sick of
buzzing
only
around it.
listening to this shit. Fuck
So,
you.
and I was wondering, why is this fly flying around me? And I thought, is it flying around me because of this smell? Is it flying around here because of this stink? This stench? And so I left the room, and when I was in the kitchen, I smelled the air, and I thought, I can't smell anything here. Like, this room smells normal. But as soon as I took a step back into my room, I just thought, no, it's really strong in here. So then I decided to go to the bathroom. I brushed my teeth at 5 in the morning. Everyone in my family is asleep. And I feel slightly better now. You know, I don't feel sick. So I come back into my room to try to get back to sleep. But I can't. The smell is actually unbearable. I don't know what it is. And I'm just stood there thinking, okay. So I left the room, I got my MP3 player, and I was just sat there in the kitchen on this little uncomfortable chair because I had nowhere else to go. I mean, I could have laid down on the floor in the bathroom, but that wouldn't have been much better. I could have gone and woken up my entire family, but they wouldn't have appreciated that. So I just sat there in the kitchen for an hour waiting for everyone to wake up. Now eventually, when my mum did first, I told her about the smell and how it's keeping me up. And she came into the room, and apparently she couldn't smell a thing. She said, there's nothing there. So, and I came in, and sure as hell, it was still there. So I told her to smell the bed sheets, and she said, you're making this up, there's nothing. It's in your head or something. So then, later, when everyone woke up, my mum just saw me, one by one, carrying all of my belongings, all of my suitcases, out of that room, into the other room. And my mum must have thought that I was literally going insane at that point, because everyone else came into that room and they couldn't smell a thing. They were just going, Ludwik, it's in your head, calm down. What is wrong with you?
You silly sausage.
I don't know how they couldn't smell it. I don't know. I thought I couldn't stand being in that room. And my mum said the room just smells like that, but it couldn't have because I was in that room for the past 2 days and nothing stood out to me. Then my grandma came over and said, okay, and my mum told her about this smell that I couldn't bear. My grandma walks into the room, she says that she can't smell anything, and then she checks under my bed, and it was a dead mouse.
I knew it would be a dead animal. I knew there was a dead animal involved. Fuck.
Basically,
Jesus Christ.
there was a mouse trap under the bed, and while I was asleep, a mouse had crawled next to it and died there.
So wait, the fact that there's
This just proves how amazing my sense of smell is, and my reaction was amazing because
You've
it
got a
proved
Jewish
to my
nose.
family. It proved to my family that I wasn't insane. I was just saying, see, there was something.
Ludwig,
there was.
You're definitely insane. You just managed to smell like a dead man.
But no one else could smell it, and I could, and it was keeping me up, and I wasn't insane.
the fact
That's
that there was a
disgusting.
mouse trap there already kind of proves that I think there are a lot of mice coming over there.
No, there were, right? I remember when I was little, because I used to live there up until I was 5, and I remember that place, living there very clearly, and, we left mouse traps around because there was a mouse infestation there. Like, mice would just come over. And it was one of those periods again where the mice would come in and move into the house. Now, this mouse was one of quite a few. No, the thing is with mice, if any of you have ever lived in a home invested with mice, well, you live in the UK,
Well,
so...
no, we're not poor.
If any of you listeners have had trouble with mice, you know that mice aren't brave. That they're little pussies. They just hide around. They literally only come out at night to eat food that's left out. And, you know, if they see a human, they usually run away really quickly and they're not found. That's why you only ever see them if they're dead in mousetraps. Now, here, I think this was either the day after or 2 days after that first mouse incident. I was just sat there in the kitchen, you know, my mum was making breakfast. We'd just finished eating breakfast. And I was just talking to my mum about something. And I was looking at a shelf, and it was just, you know, a normal-sized shelf. I just looked at the shelf, and there was a little mouse walking around the shelf that had, like, bread on it. I don't know how it got up there. It was just about... It wasn't the bottom, like, row of a shelf. It was just the middle one. I have no idea how it actually managed to get up there, but it did. I just said, "There's a mouse there." And everyone turned round, and it was just there on the shelf. And my mum waved her hand at it, and a normal mouse would have scuttled off faster than lightning. Yeah, but that mouse just stood there and just stared at us. Oh, hey up, all right.
Hey up, lads. Oh,
And
want
that
some
little
bread,
cunt,
mate?
right?
Oh,
So my mum waved her hand, and the mouse just ran off somewhere. Then it ran off when my mum actually almost whacked it. And we couldn't find it anymore. And I was, you know, looking for it everywhere naturally, thinking, oh, if I get this shit on camera, boy, that'll be epic. But I didn't see it. And I went, after that, I decided to go outside because, you know, there's quite a nice garden outside there. And about an hour later, I came into my room, and I smelt a stench. So this time, I knew what was up. So I looked under the bed, and sure enough, that same mouse from earlier was lying there, dead in the mousetrap.
Fucker.
Fucking brave mouse.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Why
So I told my
do they have
grandma-
a attraction to that specific room?
I don't know.
To
It's
that
because
specific point.
I don't think that it's specifically the fact that it was in that room. It's because in that everywhere else that we left a mousetrap, there was only one mousetrap. That room had two in a row next to each other. So I think that the mice have like learnt to avoid the mouse traps. So what it did was with the others, it just here we go, a manoeuvre around. I'm not getting caught on that. But with that mouse trap, because there's two, what the mice did was they avoided the first one for yeah boy, and then they accidentally stepped into the second
Yeah.
one because they're dumb little rodents. But yeah,
That was pretty sick, though, wasn't it?
I just find it funny how good my sense of smell is. I just come in, and as soon as I smell a stench, I just know.
There's
I
dead
know.
rat in
Oh,
here.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
rat.
Mouse, actually.
Mouse.
I don't care.
Whatever, they're essentially
They're
the same thing. It's just a bit bigger.
Just one's a bit bigger and brown.
And,
Yeah.
you know, killed millions of people.
Yeah.
How did that
So-
mouse get on that shelf? That was pretty sick, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty sure
MLG mouse.
Yeah, did some epic
Oh yeah,
stunts to get
that
off the
quote.
shelf.
I was pretty sure that one. It comes from when me and Liam were walking home from school, and we saw some. I didn't even see his face because he was wearing a helmet. Just this motorcyclist. He couldn't have been above the age of 21. He looked like a young motorcyclist, and he was just there on his little bike doing wheelies, like
Trying
a
to
ride show,
impress the students.
in front of all the underage students. So there, and then as we walked past near a crossing, this biker. He must have scratched with his wheel the front of some mother's car.
Yeah, it was
Because
like the
she
back
stopped
of the
and got out
car.
of the car. And he did a U-turn. The little savage did a U-turn, and the mum was like lecturing him. I'm like, "Oh, what you doing? Yeah, you've scratched my car." And there was a massive like dent in the back of the car because this retard was doing wheelies and not looking at the road.
What?
And then me and Liam were trying to guess what he was saying, and we were just picturing the mother was saying. So, excuse me, sir, you've just driven into the back of my car doing your little tricks.
That was
And the man
pretty
was
sick,
just-
though, wasn't it?
I don't remember. Yeah, that was pretty sick, though, wasn't it? Yorkshire, welcome to Yorkshire.
That
Yep,
was
this
sick.
is where we live, and
Oh,
it's
pretty
filled
shit,
with retards. I can't say the name of person we usually replace with retards because it's
This
a
is
full
the
name.
film that I'm planning to make in the future, the Barracliff Archer. That will be a scene in it. in which he crashes into someone's cowboy motorbike and goes, "Oh, I appreciate no one." The Barracliff Archer will be a thing, trust me.
Yeah, one day. Coming to cinemas near you in about 50 fucking years.
So anyway, yet another story involving a little furry animal.
Yeah, your brother's a furry.
Because this house that I lived in when I was younger and that we stayed in is pretty much stuck in the Middle Ages because it's really outdated.
Afghanistan.
There was this. What we used to wash dishes was this, like, we just had this bucket filled with water outside the house, and it was just a regular bucket. And then one day my mum called me over to the bucket in the morning and she said, "Hey, take a look inside," and there was a dead mouse floating around in there in this little position.
Why is it always dead mice?
Because there was a clear mouse family that had moved in, and it was just in the most. And the best thing is, I got this on camera, and I just had the camera zoomed all the way into this mouse's dead face, and I slowly zoomed out. I'm gonna put this clip. I'm gonna put this clip up right now, and it. Oh god! It was just in the most hilarious position. It had pure terror on its face.
So it's the mantis again, but a mouse.
The face. It was a mouse.
Yeah, so it's like the position of the mantis, like last time.
Yeah, and it was.
Oh yeah, that one.
Its head was above the water level, and its two front paws were just there in front of its face, and the rest of the body was underwater as if it was standing there. But it drowned in the bucket overnight, and its dead body was just left there.
Jesus.
Apologise for the children screaming in my house.
I didn't hear anything, so I don't think it's picked up.
Nibber.
But yeah, from stories of drowned mice to a stinking mouse decomposing under my bed as I sleep.
Yeah, that wasn't pleasant to hear at all.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that with us.
I love mice.
I love animals, mate. I torture them every night. I love to hear their screams.
Oh yeah, and all of you animal rights activists listening, probably no one. There's like 2 people that listen to them. The fact that either of them work for PETA is highly unlikely.
Yeah.
For those of you saying, "It's cruel, why are you killing innocent little mice?" Well, think of a better way to catch them. I know that iDubbbz is on Save the Squirrels initiative, but he's got like proper equipment. It's just easier to kill them off because then that keeps them away. Cunts. Right.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, right, no one blames you for that. I certainly don't. You got to get rid of your infestation. You got to kill them some way.
Yeah.
So I recorded a beetle getting cooked, but that's already up.
Yep.
I was expecting that video to go viral, but it got a whopping 30 views.
It got measly 3 views. One from me,
Yep.
one from Barney, and one from Liam.
And 20 from me replaying it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, another story. Because the region in which I used to live when I was younger.
Afghanistan.
I was in Vietnam actually.
He's a Vietnam
It's like a
child.
mountain region. There's quite a few mountains, and when I say mountain, what you probably imagine is massive, just snowy cliffs from films with winds and snow. No, they're just like. You basically follow trails to get to the top, and it's not like one point. It's a little area.
Yeah, I think I know what kind of mountain
with a nice
you're on
view.
about,
I don't know. There's not many mountains in England at all. I think that the highest mountain is like a little hill in a park.
yeah. What's the highest mountain in England?
There's probably some random hill in
Was
a
it-
park somewhere.
Hang on, was it?
It'll be in the what's it called? In the Lake District somewhere.
Was it
won't
Ben Nevis or something? Wait,
I
is
don't
that-
know the
I
name.
think it is.
Hang on. Was it Ben Nevis? I gotta look this up.
I'm looking it up already, mate. Calm down.
Oh, are you?
Oh, fuck.
But anyway, carrying on with the story of the mountain. The mountain isn't the important part. That's just a bit of context. So I was there with my mum and dad going on a walk on this mountain, and as we were coming back, we got lost because I don't know what happened. I think that the tree that had like the trail marking on it got cut down or something while we were up. I don't know. There were people cutting down trees, so it's possible. But that caused us to get lost, and it was slowly but surely getting dark, and that, in a mountain place, there's no street lamps or anything, so
Yeah.
there's not. If we got lost, we'd have to rely on a torch, 100%. in the dark. But as we were trying to find our way back, we basically met a celebrity, and I had no idea who he was.
Was it Jack the Geordie?
No.
Wait,
He was an actual
you
celebrity.
telling me you actually met a celebrity?
We actually met a celebrity, an English celebrity in Poland, and I had no idea who it was. Right, I'll tell you the story. So we were walking there, we were walking, and this was after we got lost, so if we hadn't got lost, we wouldn't have met him. And this guy just walks up with his dog, and my dad goes, "Wait a second, are you Nigel Kennedy?" And then he went, "Hi," and then he said it in Polish, but in an English accent. And then my mum and dad just both went, "Whoa, it's Nigel Kennedy." I was just stood there this whole time going,
Who the fuck is
who the
Nigel
fuck is
Kennedy?
Nigel Kennedy?
Can I just quickly look up who Nigel Kennedy is?
Yeah, you go ahead, look him up. I still don't know who he is. Apparently some jazz musician or something. But what happened was they had this conversation with him. He said, "Hey, how you doing, man?" He said, it's fun. It's
Why does
nice."
he sound like the guy off Everybody Loves Raymond?
Okay, I don't know who Nigel Kennedy
No, he
is.
just sounded like a regular guy, but he was a nice guy. But he had this really nice dog with him. I'll put the picture that they took with him, because they took like a selfie or two or a picture of him, and well, that's what people do. I know that it's a normie thing, but it happens. Okay.
Yeah, but
And-
still, Jesus.
And I'm in this picture, but I'm completely uninterested in this man. In this picture, I'm just looking at his dog because
You've
the
got a
cane-
nice dog, sir.
the cane that I was walking with, the dog was like biting the cane and tried to play with me, so I was just laughing
Right.
at the dog.
Right, Ludwig, I know you haven't read Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time, but you sound like the autistic boy from that.
I do.
You honestly do.
Oh god.
You honestly sound like an autist.
So after that, because this guy, like, it's an English guy, but he spoke Polish to my parents first off, because I think he lives in Poland for some reason, and as we walked off, I thought that they just met like a celebrity lookalike or something, and they were just fooling around with him, and they said no, and they said, "What, you haven't heard of him? He's a really famous jazz musician. How have you not heard of him? Like, he's so famous." And I was just thinking, yeah, okay. So I met a celebrity, and I had no idea who it is.
Mr. Jazzman.
Fun times.
Hey, do you like
Have we
jazz?
Googled who he is yet?
I'll put a picture of him on his own as well.
For some reason, I haven't seen the selfie, but because I just kind of picture it like they're like looking at the camera with Nigel Kennedy, and you're just staring at his dog.
Yeah, just completely just not looking at the
I
camera.
don't know if the dog is actually in the picture. It was definitely there in real life, but I don't know if it got caught in the picture. I didn't imagine it. Trust me, guys. There's proof. There's witness proof. Yeah, that's in there.
Yeah, I know.
We made this
I looked him up. I'm a fast typer.
But yeah, it kind of pisses me off. I meet a celebrity for the first time in my life, and I have no idea who he is. I'm the autistic child of the situation.
Yep.
You should have asked for
You're
like
the
an
autistic
autograph.
child of every situation, so nothing changed.
Well, we got a picture. I think that's a bit better than an autograph.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you
know
should have
how to
gotten to sign it so you could sell it.
Yeah, what's the point?
For money.
Money. That's the point of selling
There's
it.
no time. We don't take notebooks with us onto a mountain walk. You realise the shit that you
should.
have to carry.
No, I mean,
Right,
You
this
realise
is
the
reason
amount
why
of
should
stuff
always
you have to
take a
carry.
notebook with you wherever
Food,
you go. Because you
water.
never know when you might meet someone famous and
I know. Just get him to sign your cock just somewhere.
Yeah, it would have been a good idea, but still.
Get him to sign your shirt.
Oh yeah. Also, in around the place that we stayed, there was this really nice theatre. Every year that we go there on holiday, me, my mum, and my dad all go to that theatre to watch a production or two because they've got nice actors. The theatre's got a bit of an annoying style. I don't know what this style of acting or playwriting is called, but they've got a lot of these plays that are pretty much designed to make zero sense and to just make the audience feel completely dumb, and those are quite annoying to watch. But when they're actually putting on a production, then God, that's really fun to watch. And this year they decided, hey, Leon's getting old enough to watch this stuff. We should take him with us. And Leon, being my younger brother, we took him in, and he's 11 years old. And what happened was we went to see two plays this year, and there was nudity in both of them, and during the first one, me and my dad were sat on a row slightly further back, and my mum and my brother were sat on a row closer to the front. No, it was actually the front row. Okay. And it was this play with this reasonably fit lass playing the lead role, and she had a topless scene, and, you know, during that scene, I was too focused on her to notice what was happening. But apparently,
as you do. No one blames you.
Apparently, after we left the theatre, my mum told me that when that scene came on, Leon just immediately looked at his knees.
Oh, how adorable!
Sure, he's old enough to see these things.
And apparently, like the women that were sat on the same row as him, just all immediately looked at him like, "What's that kid doing? What's he doing? It's just too embarrassing.
Oh,
Yeah. I know that it's like not his fault. He hasn't hit puberty yet, and like he feels. But God, it's just the fact that he passes up an opportunity to see bubbies is funny to me.
Yeah.
Bubbies?
Yeah.
Are you not allowed to say tits?
Harry, bubbies is an inside joke that you're not in on.
Yeah, Bubby.
Oh, I'm not allowed to know the joke. Open Bob, show Veganer.
It's not much of an inside joke. It's literally just the fact that Liam once said bubbies as a joke and we found it funny.
Is that it?
yeah, but that's
Is
not
that
even,
what most of our jokes
is
are?
that-
Oh,
is
it
that where
originates
came
from a picture.
Me?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
it
even an
came from
inside joke. That's just a thing that sometimes people say.
Oh, this links all the way back, because the reason why you said that is because I think that the reason why you said that is because I posted a picture of myself when I was 5 years old at that same house that I'm talking about. When I wasn't even 5, I was 4. God, time flies when you're not having fun. And I thought that it would be fun if me and my dad, instead of building a snowman, we built a snow woman and we gave her snow bubbies.
Bubbies.
It's a funny little picture taken at that same
It's
house.
just a thing people say as a joke. It's never an inside joke.
I like boobies.
Wait, what are you, what's his fucking name? Madder?
I've got a problem.
Forgot it.
What's your
What?
problem?
You know when you told me to shut my door so Josh can't leave?
Yeah,
He wants to leave.
just open the door, let him out. We're not going to crop this bit out. Just let him
We
out.
don't
Yeah.
need Josh.
Yeah.
Just let
Everyone-
Josh out.
I just want to say I'm against animal cruelty. Okay,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
Josh.
we don't support animal cruelty unless it's on mice.
Yeah. Or crickets.
Liam.
Come here.
or-
Come
Liam,
on.
set my nigger free. He never did
or-
anything.
What other animals have we
You
been cruel
freak.
to?
I've been cruel to a dead mantis.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, he did the headbanging thing.
Mice.
The only annoying thing is, like, in about, 2 minutes, you're going to be, crawling at the door wanting to come back in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, before to say it,
Why don't you leave your door ajar?
No.
Because then
no,
other
because
people
then there'll
will come
be
in.
background noise.
There's already background noise, to be honest, so...
Just let Josh out.
He's already... Barney, what? He's already out, Barney.
So anyway, carrying with these holiday stories, because this is like a really really old-fashioned village that I used to live in. But problem is, all the water that's supplied to the village, I think it all comes from one source in one building, and suddenly, after it hadn't rained and it was absolutely boiling for 2 days straight, there was a drought, and the fat cats running the water place, just said, "Oh, you know what? We're not having people wasting our valuable water." So they decided to just shut the water off for everyone, and none of the showers worked, none of the taps worked, the toilet wouldn't flush. Basically, no water resources worked for a full 2 days. And because of that, I couldn't shower for 3 days straight, resulting in me smelling worse than that dead mouse that was under my bed earlier.
To be honest, I do know why. I just thought that of you showering with a bottle of water.
I had to brush my teeth from bottled water. We had to buy bottled water from the local shop and use it just save it only for brushing teeth and drinking and maybe washing hands occasionally. But yeah, it was a painful 2 days. And when we had to take a shit, the problem was we couldn't use the toilet. But thankfully, because it was an old-fashioned house, there was a little toilet built on the outside of a little shed. And this was...
An outhouse.
Yeah, a little outhouse, that's what they're called.
This is where this is going.
And there was literally a hole in the ground that never ever gets cleaned, that hasn't been used since probably 1991, when the Soviets left. And...
There's going to be like a rat
Jesus Christ,
there,
it was just the worst toilet in Poland.
I cannot...
The worst toilet in
I
Poland.
don't even want to fucking know.
Yeah, I didn't make a video of it. I was planning to, but I decided not to because it was kind of a waste of time.
For that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna.
that would have been a bit. Hey guys, I'm gonna have a shit.
Honestly,
I was gonna do a train
know
spotting
what those
reference with
toilets
the.
are like.
I was gonna do a train spotting reference, but never mind.
Yeah.
I thought, no, I won't. It's kind of a waste of time.
I will.
But-
it would have been amazing for you to try and enter inside that toilet.
But because of these annual, like renting, so because annually I go on holiday, I'm always away during my birthday, and well, my sister made a little drawing for me for my birthday, and right, it is pretty amazing. She drew me the Absorbaloff, and with Tommy Wiseau's face inside him. Chip, 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 chip.
Your sister is the best.
I did not hit her. I did not. I did not. Oh, hi,
I
Absorbaloff.
did not.
Oh, best part is my sister. She's 7 years old, and she's such a meme child. I love it.
Ludwik, your sister is the best in the world.
And she also drew a dead mouse in the picture as well, just as a commemoration to the. And my parents bought me a birthday card that had mice on it.
Why has this become a meme for
3
your family?
dead mice.
What?
Why has this become a meme for your family?
I don't know. It just is.
Here's a little thing that I brought up with Dan while we were at school. At least I think it was Dan. Who do you reckon would win, the Absorbaloff or the Steak Puft Marshmallow Man?
The Absorbaloff.
Absorbaloff. It just absorb him easy.
Yeah.
No, but would he die from blood sugar levels?
No.
The Absorbaloff already has.
Who would
Probably
win, the
diabetes or
Absorbaloff
something,
or Diabetes
The
Boy?
Absorbaloff has 10 times the blood sugar levels
Okay. How
much
than
of the Stay
any
Puft
staple marshmallow man can
would
affect.
the Absorbaloff be able to absorb before just dying?
Here's a
Okay,
real question. Who would win, the Absorbaloff or 1,000 Skinny Boys?
I don't know.
The Absorbaloff,
Skinny
he just
boys.
about absorbed 1,000 skinny boys.
So anyway,
Unless one of those skinny boys
if
is a
two
doctor.
Absorbaloffs high-fived, me and my sister came to the conclusion that if two Absorbaloffs high-fived, they'd absorb each other, creating a massive absorber ball. It's just one big ball of blubber.
No, they create a black hole.
No, an absorber ball, and it just rolls down the street, absorbing everything it touches.
No, if they both absorb each other, you're basically putting a large amount of mass in zero
Oh, yeah,
area.
my sister-
It's
So
good
that
that we're
creates a black
discussing the
hole.
real science, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
honestly,
yeah.
it
So
would
yeah,
be
high
black hole.
five.
There's no
A
question
bit late
about
on
it.
this subject, but my sister also drew. I'm gonna cut the name out, but my sister also drew inside the absorber ball. The Barraclough
Just
Archer.
imagine
Nice.
this rolling down the every time it absorbs someone, just goes way.
Way!
Wait a minute, the ball, you silly sausage!
Oh, it was so funny when I
Just
couldn't stop
every
laughing when
time
she gave it to me.
bashes into someone, it just goes way and absorbs them.
So anyway, right here, I was driving to France after I stopped being in Poland, and I don't think I've actually got any interesting stories from France. I've got one of them involving my brother, but he won't let me tell that one because it's embarrassing, so I won't do it. I respect
Even
him that
more
much.
embarrassing than him looking away from women's tits.
I mean,
Okay.
I might tell you a lot in private,
Can you tell me in
Understandable.
secret? Because I can keep a secret.
but I'll tell all of you. But when we stop recording, but he
not
didn't want this getting
not
out there.
Not the listeners. Just us.
Because I have the sneaking feeling that it's not even that bad.
Yeah.
It was quite bad, but
Okay.
the fact that it happened in public is bad. Okay. So anyway, I've
Did
got
he-
a couple
did
of
he pee
stories. I've
himself?
got quite a few stories of when we were driving through Germany, mainly to France. Now,
Did you
what
see
happened
Jude?
was, while we were driving through Germany, what happened was, you know what they played on the radio at one point?
What?
They played the Scooby-Doo theme song from the Scooby-Doo movie.
Once again I'm on a fall. Once again I find my back is up against the wall. Will somebody help me? Please hear my call. Or get a
the one with Shaggy the Rapper featured in it.
Don't you mean?
How'd that go again? It was like, Scooby-Doo, where are you?
We got some for you now. And yeah, and the best part is after they finished playing Scooby-Doo, the German radio presenter went, "Ah, Scooby-Doo," and and he started speaking German. "Ah, Scooby-Doo."
That's German radio for you. Ah, Scooby-Doo, Blitzkrieg.
And then
Heil Hitler.
Guys, then they started playing Deutschland or Über alles.
Deutschland.
And then they played Spring Time for Hitler.
So anyway, that was probably the least interesting story that happened in Germany, because like everyone does, we occasionally stop for a piss at a petrol station, and what Germany has a lot of.
Yourselves like normal humans.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
What Germany has a lot of is paid toilets in these places, because it is a bit scummy to charge people for taking a piss, but it does keep the toilets quite clean, unlike the real horrible ones. Because
like
trust
school
me,
toilets. Jeez, who came up with
no,
the idea of
worse than the school toilets.
They're the worst
Worse.
things ever.
But anyway, right. During one of these
Just
paid
smoke in school
toilets,
That's all it fucking is.
Man,
This
you can
gets
stop
good.
talking over people.
this
please.
gets good. This is like one of the best stories. And basically, there was this really fat woman, and I'm talking real fat, just this blob of blubber that was walking around.
Are we talking
And
fatter than
Like
Gen Z?
American fat.
She was trying to get past the little thing that lets you into the toilet when you pay, but she either didn't realise that you have to pay, or she didn't have any money, and she kept banging into the little barrier thing, going, "Ugh! Ugh!" and she was just stood there. And then after I returned to the car, I was waiting for my mum to come back, and me and my dad were in there, and I just looked, and that same fat woman from earlier, basically, she came behind the petrol station, but she wasn't even hidden. In plain sight, she had a fanny out, taking a shit inside a bush. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. And I just took one look at her, and she was there, just no underwear on, with a massive skirt just halfway, like, and she was just there taking a shit inside a bush, not even hidden behind a building, just in plain sight of everyone.
Like, was this
Fat cow.
Was this like in the day or was it at night?
This was in the middle of the day.
Oh, that makes it so much better.
Oh god.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I love it. Best story.
Welcome to Germany.
Best.
I swear, right, it's not often that something like this really fucking bothers me. That's fucking disgusting.
Okay, so eventually we stopped driving through this massive country known as Germany. I mean, they've got no speed limit, but driving through there still takes a long ass time. And what happened was, eventually we did reach France, and because my auntie and uncle live right at the very bottom of France, right at the very south, we had to drive through all of France. And we had to spend one night, sleeping in the car, like we had quite a few of them nights. Now, because sleeping in the car is probably the most uncomfortable thing known to men, me, my dad, and my brother just go and get some sleeping bags, some mattresses, and just sleep in some little grassy area next to the actual parking that we leave our car in. And then my sister and my mum sleep in the car.
Yeah,
Now,
okay,
I
that's
didn't see this
understandable.
thing happen, because, I was sleeping on the mattress in the little grassy area. But when I got up in the morning, my mum told me that in the middle of the night, now, this definitely happened, because my mum's not the lying type, definitely. She said that she woke up because, it was boiling in France, because it was the middle of the summer, and it was the south. So they had the windows cracked open only slightly. And while my mum was sleeping, apparently she heard some rustling around near the window. And she opened her eyes, and it was midnight, and she thought she saw me and Leon standing there trying to get in the car, but then she realised that it wasn't us. It was two, Middle Eastern looking guys, putting their fingers inside the window, trying to force it down. And then when they noticed that my mum's eyes were open, they just immediately walked off, tried to walk off really naturally. And the GPS was still up, so they were probably trying to steal the GPS. Just
Fucking
cunts.
hell.
God. That's enough. I said 3 seconds.
Alright.
Okay, I said 3 seconds. Okay.
Genuine autism.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that in, you know.
Oh, good.
What?
But yeah, that story was that Mum's nighttime adventure.
Alright.
Final story of this evening, I believe, is
From you, at least.
the fact that I went to a town called Moissac, or pronounced Moissac in French, but still, I went there, and it's it's Coissac in a town called Moissac. Way. I took this edgy picture of a sign.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure that
Barney,
was it.
look,
Wait.
Barney, you know making the sound effects doesn't actually
Guys, hold on.
tell the
Hold
action. Just go.
So I've just told you a whole bunch of stories that happened to me on holiday, but there's a plot twist. It involves a little game.
Oh, really?
One
Is
of
it
those,
called Which Songs Are Brown?
one of those stories that I told you. One of them, it was completely made up. One of those was horse shit, and I completely made it up.
Really?
Now, yep, one of them, and what you'll have to do is you have
Brown.
to guess which one it is.
Brown.
Brown.
Yeah, the Brown Men one.
Yeah, that one.
Right. If you're listening to this,
Brown men.
if you're listening to this without cheating and skipping forwards, leave a comment and leave your guess of which story you think is fake.
Don't forget to
We're gonna get,
comment
like,
down
3
below,
comments, all of them are gonna be
subscribe,
killing
turn on
Is it the
notifications
Bobby
for the
one?
Famcast.
Because that's too good to be true.
Would you like to take part in my free gift card giveaway?
Everyone has a tiny bit to think, but if you're ready to submit your vote, then submit it, and the one that gets it right, if someone does get it right, gets a golden star.
So there's one about finding a dead rat in your house, finding a rat on the...
Any of the stories that I told you, one of them is fake, and you have to guess which one.
Alright,
And I'll tell you after everyone makes their guess.
right, okay.
Do we buzz in? Like,
Well, I don't know if you've got one that you think is false.
do we get
then-
bah? You know what?
If you want to, then go ahead. Tell me which one you think is fake.
Bah,
Graham, if you're ready.
it's the Bubby one.
Which Bubby one?
The one with the theatre. So that's too good to be
where
true.
Leon covers his eyes. Okay,
Yeah.
that's your vote.
I
That's
think
too good
it's,
to be
I
true.
think personally it's the one where your mum woke up and she was almost robbed.
Okay,
I think it's
almost
that one.
Rob's story. Okay,
Wah.
Harry,
I think it's the very first mouse one.
very first mouse one with the mouse under bed.
Yeah, and you were awake and all that.
Okay,
I don't think so.
I will have to reveal that none of you are right.
Oh, fuck.
All of those are true stories.
What the fuck was the point of that then?
Because the one that was false was the Scooby-Doo being played on the German radio. That never
Aw.
happened.
Oh!
I made that one
That's
up
so
complete-
small and insignificant.
Exactly. This just goes to show that the other stories all happened.
To be honest, I really should have thought that was weird, but then I just thought that's like German radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the
That didn't seem too
Europeans.
strange to me.
Oh god, the fact that you lot believed that is funny to me.
No, Ludwig, right?
Germans,
They play
the crazy
Ludwig,
Germans.
listen to me.
Yeah, that's great, yeah?
Yeah.
Hang on, Ludwig, right? They play weird shit on foreign radios. That's actually a believable lie. This is coming from
mean-
me. I lie all the fucking time. That's a believable lie.
Yeah, just like Panzer,
Thanks.
Scooby-Doo.
But yeah, I mean, being abroad is just the radio. A lot of it is really trash because it's like Poland discovering "Call Me Maybe" in 2017 and going, "Oh, that's a popular song. Let's play that on our radio. That's down with the kids, isn't it?"
Yeah.
And like, "Oh, Gangnam Style. That's popular, isn't it? Yeah, let's play that on our radio."
Yeah, like
Everybody
7
do the
billion
Gangnam
views.
Style.
But God, it's like I discovered quite a few nice songs on the radio. I mean, when I woke up, because in France it's a bit weird on these little like parkings and motorways that we slept in, and we woke up and brushed our teeth in the toilets. They always have these little radios playing in the toilets, and while I was there, it was playing a song that I completely forgot about. I just thought, Jesus Christ, this is a great song. It was Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits, and just I heard it on the radio in France next to the toilet, and I was just stood there next to the toilet, just thinking, God, as soon as I get home, adding this to Spotify. Such a good song. Mentions Harry in it, so you're in the song.
Word.
Harry's famous.
Well, yeah.
Robert's
that-
got
that-
Not
that
like
was a
Wait,
bit
it's not
funny.
like Harry is a really common name.
Not
Yeah,
at all.
I bet you weren't expecting one of those to be fake. Oh boy.
Actually, how many songs mention like one of our friends? We got that. We got
Well, Harry
Foster the
doesn't
People's
if he doesn't
Pumped Up Kicks.
make the
Are we
step.
like doing what like they did in Baby Driver, where they count how many like baby songs there were or some shit?
What are you talking about?
You know they
Yeah, I
had
know
the
what
whole
you're
thing
talking
of like, oh, we have to listen to all the baby songs.
How many songs?
That.
We'll
that.
move on to Baby Driver and other films later. First, I want to stay on the topic of holiday stories. And who wants to go first, Harry or Barney?
Harry, what do you want to do?
Okay, I'll
I can
start.
finally tuck into my bread now. Oh god, I can eat.
I've had to pause eating my pizza. So I went to France. Fucking hell, shut the fuck up! I will fucking slit your fucking throat. This is my topic. Okay, Liam, can you be quiet? This is reading time in the library.
Okay. This is story time with.
We've got 13 minutes left, so come
This
on
is
now.
story time with
Let's get
Harry
on.
Valentine. Let's
So
listen.
I went to France as well. I just went to the northern part of France to this Chateau de Brudel, and we had to bunk up in these rooms with these utter twats. And this one lad was a really good pussy slayer. So one of the girls was like, gave him his I'm not good at reading. Sorry.
Wait, you're reading
One
this?
of no, one of the lasses gave him a thong to put on, so he was wearing that all day, and then he forgot to give it back. So what does he do during the night? He threatens to put it on people's faces if they don't stay awake. So there's this one lad who goes to sleep instantly, and just occasionally this twat would walk over to him and go to put it on his face. But apparently he's also a really light sleeper, so he'd wake up just before he put the thong on his face, and they'd always scream at him. And that's my story. That's it.
Wait, who did you
to be
go there
honest-
with? Like with your family or?
No, it was for NCS, National Citizenship Service, where you get to go like to somewhere else.
Yeah, they were
kill
talking about
yourself.
that in life. Fucking hell,
Yeah,
Harry, you poor
it's actually
bastard.
really bad.
I feel really
Well,
sorry
Well,
for you.
did the thong smell?
I don't fucking know. I didn't even go near it.
I mean-
Yeah. Another bit with the thong is the twat put it in this guy's bag who had to leave early, and he forgot to get it out of the bag, so he took the thong home with him, and his dad was a bit upset.
Fucking hell.
Have you been going out of 9 out of 10 girls?
Naughty, naughty.
So Barney, your turn.
Stories for me. I went to the Edinburgh Festival and saw some shows there, and then I went to Italy in Venice, and I spent a whole week there. And I went to the Venetian equivalent of Ballamore. There's like a bunch of
Climbing up
coloured
the
houses
musical
on the
ladder.
island of.
I was expecting something new, but you've told the story 100
I
times by
know,
now.
but
so.
like I can't think of stories that were
That's
really,
why I saved mine.
really funny. So yeah, the Ballamore equivalent on the island of Burano, and yeah, I don't really have any funny stories to tell. I just had a nice holiday.
Oh, you actually had a nice holiday?
Yeah.
What are you getting?
I got sunburnt on my arm. My skin was peeling off. It was that was horrible.
Yo, what the fuck is happening?
So yeah, Harry's laptop almost died there. That was pretty scary for all of us.
Yeah, we
Um,
all freaked. So where was I?
But, yeah, we went to see Baby Driver. What did everyone think of it?
Oh, I can make a lot of clicking sounds.
Yeah, I thought it was a really
Click, click,
like
click.
good film. It was a nice heist film,
Do,
but
do, do.
like when we got out, we were all like, "Oh, is it 7 or 8?" And I'm going with a 7 now. It was a good.
Because
film.
I watched 3 films in cinemas during this month period, and it was probably the best of the 3, but it was a 7. So
Yeah. Well,
I
that just
would.
goes to
Here's the thing. I would rate Baby Driver an 8 and Dunkirk a 6. Or
we'll
maybe
get into
even a
Dunkirk
5.
in a second, right?
Um,
I feel like it had a
What
good
about me?
soundtrack.
What a Harry for living.
you just finished talking
Yeah,
about
sorry.
me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I would give Baby Driver a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I
Good
think
on you.
it had a nice like kind of soundtrack, and the premise was good and all.
It was incredibly creative with how it
Yeah.
did everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it got a bit crazy towards the end. One complaint that I do have about the film is that it had to have that generic "I'm a bit crazy," that Harley Quinn type character, which is this real I'm an edgy girl and I am really hot and I am a bit insane as well.
yeah, but except this time it was an edgy, slim
And-
Liam.
And I chew bubblegum as well.
Yeah, except this time it was an edgy.
You've
slim
always got one of them in
Barney,
these
shut
films.
up.
We got a slim Liam.
It's a woman who was mixed race? What? She's not even mixed race, Barney.
No, I'm talking about the fucking black guy in it.
It's funny because he's black and Liam's heart mixed race.
Yeah. I gotta pick on someone.
Barney, we're talking about the woman character. The one that
Were you?
shoots people with technology.
Yeah.
I didn't think she was that insane.
She wasn't Harley
Not saying
Quinn
she's completely
insane.
No,
black
but
guy
I
was.
thought Bats was
She was
Harley
this
Quinn
this
insane.
Harley Quinn type character that really pisses me off in films.
She was basically like a 9 out of 10 girl.
Fucking yeah.
9 out of 10. The only one mark away that I should have given to her is probably because her tits are a bit too small, you know?
Nah, nah.
Yeah, you
No,
know.
this is we're literally rating women. This is what the Famcast has
Yeah.
spiraled down into.
We are fams, you know? We're a bunch of lads. What else are we
yeah.
supposed to do?
Yeah, but imagine someone just listening to us and she's a 9. No, she's a 7, mate. It's a bit.
Ludwik, I know you're not a fan of action movies, but I did find this movie exciting, which is the
I
point
know.
of an
I
action
like
movie.
the film. You're making it sound like I absolutely hate action films. No, I just don't particularly
No,
watch them.
you said to me that you just don't find them exciting.
Because I mean, I prefer other films over action films, but that's not my least favorite genre. Just don't particularly watch
yeah,
them.
but
usually.
So
this
hang on,
movie
Ludwik,
was
interesting question.
exciting.
What is your least favourite genre of film?
I don't know. Can't think of a least favorite genre. I don't like musicals much. I don't like romance much, but there are some really good romance films.
I'm not a fan of musicals either.
Like American Beauty is an amazing film.
Anyway,
Fucking hell, I've got like...
what's I? Now you confused me because you're talking about musicals.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, well, the whole sort of stick, the sort of gimmick is that the action is like is
In time with the music.
like sort of done with the music.
Yeah.
How it's sort of like it's kind of like a musical in a way,
The
except
whole
not people
premise
go
of the
out
action
singing.
scenes were to do it to the music. I mean, you even have that bit on the second heist where they like fuck up the exit bit, and then Baby
And,
goes,
at
"Wait,
first
got to
I
rewind
thought-
the iPod."
When I heard about that, at first I thought, wait, what? Is that new? And then I realised movies don't do that. What they tend to do is they play a generic dun 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 that plays really quietly and it's boring. And I thought, oh, is this going to play well? I watched it. It really works, and it probably should be done in more movies. Not even just as like licensed music, just actual songs in the movie.
It was a decent film. Like, it had nice cinematography, but it did get a bit repetitive towards the middle and a bit like insane towards the end. Like, well, okay, this is taking things a bit far, but yeah, it was good. It's enjoyable to watch. So that was.
I thought
Yeah.
it was really enjoyable.
All of us
you
saw
know,
that
going to
one.
the cinema with the lads.
Harry, you haven't said much. I'm sorry about forgetting about you.
Well,
Anything
He's
else
gone
to
to
add?
cry.
well, the protagonists are pathetic.
It's Elliot Rogers.
The protagonists are pathetic. The villains are sympathetic, and that's all I can really add.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
It
but-
means
Well,
it
what
means
he's
the
saying
main
is you
characters were really
sympathise with the
fucking
criminals,
pissy,
but the main
and then
character's a piece of shit.
yo, why are you stealing my thunder, Barney?
Well,
I'll
because
kill
I know what
you.
you're on about.
I'll shoot you in the head, saying "Die, you
been
commie
here.
fucker."
Barney, you forget that Harry used to be in a gang.
I'm part of the crib, you know.
He was quite dangerous.
My hood colours are yellow and black. I was a part of the Bumblebee crew.
Are you a pirate or a crip?
I was a part of the Bumblebee crew. Didn't you just hear me? I will
Yeah,
slit
but-
your
but
throat,
You,
mate.
you don't mess with
Are they
Harry.
all the pirates or the crips?
What? What are you on about, mate? We're in England. We're not in fucking
No, seriously,
America.
don't mess with Harry. He
We're not in
carries several Glocks in his trousers.
I have 7 Glocks in my back pockets
Iris and
alone.
Crips all got along. They probably got me down by the end of the song. Woo! Seems like the bumblebees go against me. Every time I'm in the
What I
street.
really would have hated if the main character was just generic, you know what, I kind of like being a dick and stealing from people, and oh yeah, I'm just badass all the time. I kind of like how, he's just a normal person. He probably
It's kind of
doesn't
following the guy with heists that no one really cares about. Just the guy that drives them away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, he doesn't really like doing what he does, but he just kind of has to.
Yeah, he has to pay off his debts.
He's a good driver. He's a very good driver.
Retarded means slow now. Is he slow?
Nah, mate, nah.
Go-kart in a motorcycle.
Nah,
Oh wait, I
man.
said that wrong. I'm
You
stupid.
were
Young
fast.
motorcycle
But yeah.
go-kart.
Oh yeah, me and Liam saw Dunkirk as well.
Not together, of course.
No,
Unlike
not together.
Baby
I
Driver.
saw it while on holiday. Liam saw it while not on holiday.
It's hard to. It's when I saw it. It's not very good.
I enjoyed it.
Even my dad said probably some of like the BBC miniseries that like got low budget that you could just watch for free, like made for TV, are probably like better than that movie.
It's definitely Christopher Nolan's not Christopher Nolan's best film, definitely. But
Yeah,
my dad
the
absolutely
black hair
hated
thing,
it.
the whole thing where every single character had black hair was kind of weird.
Like,
That-
it's in Europe. At least one of them would have blonde hair.
I mean, yeah, but it felt like
Like there wasn't even any browns; it's all just black and it's strange.
I didn't
And
even realise that Harry Styles was in the film until I came back home.
I didn't even know Harry Styles was in the film until you told me, and I
Well, my
still don't
brother
know who
told
he
me.
is. What?
My
The
brother
same
told me
brother
after I
who
got
watches
back.
Gate.
Yeah, the anime gate.
Oh.
To be honest, I
Sidetrack a
wouldn't be
little
surprised
bit.
if Leon was lying
Don't
about
Kirk-
Harry Styles, because I did not notice him in
No,
the film.
I looked him up, and
watching
yes, he's in the cast, and like people keep joking about it.
When I just want to know, when did Dunkirk become an anime?
I don't know.
Everyone's got brown hair and they all look the same.
I mean,
Half the time, like the other characters do, but when it comes to like the normal, like just British like expeditionary force soldiers, they don't say anything at all. They don't speak.
They just stand
It's like
there
you're watching.
and just.
It's like watching a silent film.
I felt like the film was good, but my main complaints about it. Like, let me just say, the opening shot was great. Like the first scene of the film was really good. I'm not gonna say like what happens in it, but I like how it was filmed and how.
Yeah, I do kind of like that. You don't even see any Germans until the end, like the sort of unseen enemy.
And my main complaints about this film were the beaches in Normandy looked a bit empty. There were meant to be, what is it, like 400,000 soldiers there?
Yeah, and there were, and then there were bombs, and there were
It
barricades.
looked so empty. I mean, when they were walking on that little thing that led them to the ship, I mean, that looked like a massive crowd. But on the actual beach, I mean, it looked really empty. I mean, come on, Nolan, you're a rich guy. You've got big budgets. You could have put more in. Come on now.
Or you
And,
could have
like,
you could have at least gotten a bunch of people to run on green screens, and then just
Yeah.
cropped them in.
And oh god, the uninspired soundtrack for this film, Jesus Christ. They had like one massive long just song thing that played throughout the whole thing, and it was just while clock ticking played, and that played throughout almost the whole film. I mean, there were scenes of silence, but it was just the whole film was just that one tense little music, and it was just this random. It's just so boring and uninspired. Like, come on, this is a war film. This is meant to be more like heroic or something.
Yeah, the soundtrack is a bit boring. It's mainly just rising action, sort of like Hans Zimmer, which is he's
I'm
a
pretty
good
sure
guy,
Hans Zimmer
but
did do it.
you
I
know,
think
it
he did.
doesn't really fit the film. It just gets kind of boring sometimes.
No, I didn't like the soundtrack at all. But I like what he tried to do with like three different storylines, but all lasting a different period of time, going on at once. I felt like that was good, and I don't know. I just liked the film. It wasn't the best war film I've seen, definitely, but it's like a 7. I like 7. People saying that the critics all seem to be obsessed with it. I mean, it's not that great. It's just
One
just
thing
a good
I'm
film.
disappointed by, but I did know this going in. I wish it wasn't like what was it? What was the rating on it? Like the age rating?
12.
Yeah, I wish it was higher. Like I missed the whole.
No, it just kind of goes
people
to
say,
show that you don't need to.
war films don't have to be gory, but like when you see someone's guts getting blown out in the first scene of, it does convey an emotion.
Yeah, but I mean,
What
you
can
did
you
see
do?
soldiers getting shot in it, but
Yeah, but you didn't. Well, like it's 12, so you didn't see
because
them
they'll be a
bleed.
bit forced, you know. You don't always need to have guts everywhere. Oh god,
Let's
look
be
at.
fair,
No,
Saving Private Ryan was
but
a Spielberg
basically,
film. Spielberg knows
because
exactly
it's
what he's doing.
a 12, it's basically like it kind of ruins the impact of someone dying
Steven
because they'll
Spielberg's good at making war films.
basically get shot, right, and then they'll disappear from the frame completely. So
Yeah.
it's like it just kind of ruins the impact of their death.
There's no value
And
to it.
the only worst thing you can get in the film is people burning, but that's like they purposely do it so it's really far away and you can only see a CG person like flailing about. Or someone drowns.
With, like, the Von
Steven
Wilhelm
Spielberg's
scream.
good at making war films, but what really annoys me about the way he makes them is just this forced element of patriotism he always adds in. American flag! Patriotic! Aren't you glad to be born in America? I mean,
Yeah,
this
but
was...
the thing about Saving Private Ryan, it's kind of the opposite of patriotism.
That's kind of a spoiler. I'm cutting that out, Liam.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no,
but the whole
we don't
point
wanna...
is, it's sort of like, it's like something that seems like really happy and patriotic that's presented in an unpatriotic way.
Yeah, but it's always just... Oh, I feel proud for my country. American flag, saluting. Yeah, sad.
But that's the
I was
thing,
a
though.
veteran.
Americans are really patriotic. That's what they
Yeah,
are.
but it's just
So-
like, give it a break, man. Come
But
on.
the problem is, though, that you can't have an American war film without patriotism. It just goes without saying because the
Yeah, but there's
Americans
patriotism,
are
and then
patriotic.
there's just kissing Americans'
Wait a minute, you
ass.
gotta cut that part out. Everyone's seen Saving Private Ryan
Not
at this
everyone,
point.
Liam. There's like films that came out in the 90s that I haven't seen, like Fight Club. If I was
Yeah,
watching
it's
a
your own
podcast,
fault, though. It's like,
yeah, but still, I don't want to spoil the ending of any film or like what happens
Yeah.
in any film.
Leon,
Oh,
we
right,
have
fine.
we have watchers who might not have.
When I listen to podcasts and they say, "Oh, everyone's seen it by now," and I haven't, and they're about to mention it, I always just stop listening to the podcast. I'm not going to listen to a spoiler, even though it is my own fault. Anyway, yeah, another thing. This is still a bit off topic, but another thing that really annoyed me about like Steven Spielberg's forced patriotism is, in what's it called, Bridge of Spies. There's 2 scenes in that film, and there's one shot, and this is like quite accurate. It showed some Soviet people trying to get over the Berlin Wall, and getting shot down, gunned down by.
yeah, like it would
Soviets.
happen.
Yeah.
And then it had this obnoxious scene in another part of the film where there's a train going through America. You didn't have to mention that. It really doesn't matter when it happens, Liam. I'm cutting that out.
Jesus Christ!
There's a
I
train
mean,
going,
You two just like fix your
and then
shit.
there's some little kids, and there's some little kids climbing over a wall in America, and they don't get shot. They survive, and it shows how you have to be proud to be American.
No, well, what I took from that is the idea that they're still like they saved this one guy, Gary Powers. Barney, shut
Nobody
up.
get off
They
Comcast.
saved this one guy, Gary Powers, but he's still so I guess like sort of like
Deutschland.
I'm gonna kill one of you.
Oh, Liam.
I'm gonna actually kill one of you.
God save our gracious queen. God.
That's how we should end this. We
Basically,
should just start singing.
What I
national
took
anthem.
from that was he sort of has a bit of a PTSD moment because he still remembers there's still loads of, horrible shit happening in Berlin.
Yeah. I felt like I was just trying to show, see, you're lucky to be born in America and not Russia. Ah! Anyway,
To be honest,
yeah.
I really wouldn't want to live in Berlin in Soviet side.
Yeah,
Berlin.
no one does. Yeah, Dunkirk's an alright film, I think.
You're going to talk about Valerian?
Yeah, I saw another film, Valerian and something of 1,000 Planets. Shit film, don't watch it. Enough to say. Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, I did enjoy Bridge of Spies, but I can see why some people did find it boring.
I thought it was good. It squished the events of the Cold War together really tight, but I felt like it worked. It was nice. It was
Yeah,
good
but
film.
the thing about me is that I just kind of like that shit. Just really boring Cold War
No, but
talking and all that.
the film does make you think. Right, this guy, he's meant to be representing America, but he kind of has to appear like a Soviet sympathizer in order to do it. So,
Because he's
it makes you
basically.
think, what would you do if you were
I
in?
know this is going to sound patriotic. Well, he's basically more of a true American than anyone else because he's defending someone who's a Soviet
In an American
spy,
way.
but he wants to give him a fair trial.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like this was... I think that's all for today. Are we done?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think so.
I mean, we could have a few little points. You know Platoon, right?
Why are you bringing up Platoon? It's 1 hour, 10 minutes
I am
long.
just bringing up Platoon.
If you're going to be quick, then yeah, say it.
You know the whole message of Platoon?
No.
I
Okay,
find it
so,
annoying.
so everyone, okay, goodbye.
Hang on, do you want to end this by singing national anthems from around the world?
It's a
Fuck
spoiler,
off.
no one cares.
GI go home.
Jago home!
Okay, okay. How is
Jago home!
saying that at the end of the movie a spoiler?
Because he says it's a spoiler that he's still alive. Anyway, I'm cutting this all bit out. Goodbye, everyone.
I actually
This
despise you.
episode is called "I'm gonna cut that bit off."
That episode is called I'm Censoring Liam because he's black.
I honestly think Full Metal Jacket is a better movie than Platoon.
GI go home.
Stanley Kubrick's
Yeah, go
really
home.
good at making films. Anyway, this has been a good episode, I think.
I
Yeah.
think so. One
So
of the best.
I've got an ending for this one. No need for one of us to do it. I'm going to play a clip.
MICKEY MOUSE. MICKEY MOUSE.
It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Come inside, it's fun inside. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.